you guys don't mind that I don't have my shoes on. It's so nice to be here. I feel so much joy in this space this morning. This is new for me, being able to be in groups like this that, is reminiscent of church that I grew up in, and going through that journey that I know a lot of us have gone through. I don't think that this is your first experience with spirituality and being in a space like this. I think we've all had to go through that type of growth of what opened us up, and then the understanding of what we actually do believe and what we don't believe, and then finding the community to be able to share what we've learned and how we've grown, and to be able to be our open selves. And so it is a blessing to be here this morning. I really appreciate you all having us. This is my husband, Nels, in the back. So we've been together since January of 2020, got to weather COVID together. He got to see me at the beginning of my big opening. It took a long time from the time we moved back from Mexico in 2009 to give myself, it took about 10 years of the shedding, the letting go of the things that you hold so dearly to, because you don't want to make a mistake, and you don't want to be wrong, and you don't want to lose who you are. So it took about 10 years. And so we spent COVID together, and we didn't, you don't have that community. You read a lot of books, you watch a lot of Gaia TV, and, you meet with the few friends that you have. And so going through that transition and going through that time of wandering, I guess, and that time of solitude and really searching within and learning to connect and learning to listen, learning to meditate. It's a beautiful time, but then at the end of it, when you just find yourself still sitting on that same mat in that same room by your same self, you start wanting people again. And so this was where we found ourselves last year. Towards the fall of last year, we went through huge changes in our lives. It was a time of release, of the end of all of the old things, selling my house, getting married. We got married November of last year. I tried to do this sounds terrible. I tried to do a job. It had been a while. I'd been working for myself as a coach, and I'd been able to live my life completely in flow and in spirit. And then I felt like I need to be responsible and, I tried to go back into that life that I used to live. And so we got back from the wedding. I started having chest pain. I had to quit my job. He lost his vision in his left eye. And all of that happened in 1 month. All of this happened in 1 month. And so it was at that time that we were at this really hard, rock in a hard place where you go from here, how do you grow from here? What does new look like for us? What do we want to create from this space? So in meditation, I was instructed to get out your device and set a timer for every single hour, every waking hour of the day that just says gratitude. And I promised myself to do this, that every time that timer went off, I would sit and think about what I'm thankful for until I can feel the essence of it. I can feel it inside of me, and I can hold it inside of me. And then I can move on with my day. And it was every single hour. And we'd been in such a dark space, such a challenging space, you create those thought patterns in your head. You create that habit of wake up and, oh no, wake up, oh no, it's 8:15. I just missed 15 minutes. Oh no, I forgot to buy oh no, the kids, and oh no, all the oh no's. And I was in that state. So I would get into my oh no's and get into this panic or get into this reaction state. And I get so frustrated, and then I look at the clock and I'm like, okay, it's 9:45. I've got 15 minutes to be really pissed. Got 15 minutes left to be mad about this before that timer goes off again and I have to reset. And so it was a big challenge for me because I had like floated. I mean, Nels can tell you, like, he was constantly like, you have to have balance. I was like, no, I don't. I can be in joy 24/7. And I was on this cloud 9, I mean, which is really beautiful and beneficial when you've been like cloud 0 for such a long 20 years. So to be able to move from that painful life into pure joy and know what that feels like is an amazing experience. But then at some point, you have to come back and do the work. And so I was in this space of being forced to do the work, but I didn't know how to have balance. But every hour, sitting in gratitude, recognizing anything that I could be thankful for. Maybe it's my hot tea. Maybe I hear my kids laugh. Maybe there's a blue sky. Anything that I could be thankful for and hold that within was completely changing my energetic field again. It was moving me back into this space. So in January, I don't know if there's a timer on here, so you'll just have to wave at me when I've got when I've got like 5 minutes. Okay. So January of this year, we ended up spending a lot of time in Denver because he had to have a couple of procedures on his eye. And we've been talking a lot about what you all get to experience, about community. Where is everyone? This is Oklahoma. We were just talking about it. It's probably not completely true, but it felt true. You're either with Christians or you're in a cult. Where is everybody else? There's got to be something in between. And so we were even talking about, what would it look like to just move back to Colorado where we could find people. So when he was laid up, like literally face down, stuck while his eye was healing, I just got my computer out and I was ready to create again. I was ready to move forward. First, you have to shed before you can create the new. So I used that beast of social media that we all love and hate, and I did a huge cleansing. I looked through there and thought, who in here knows who I am and is comfortable with that? Who do I feel safe with? And it went from 1,300 to 300 people that I felt somewhat safe with, that knows who I am, knows what I do, knows that I do intuitive readings for people, and they're okay with it. And that went most of my family to. I had to block pretty much all of my family. I know they weren't excited about it, but that's okay. That's another story. But in that, it was a time of like understanding, this is who I am. This is what I know of myself, and this is who I choose to be. And who can I surround myself with that will support and facilitate that growth for me? So right at that moment, I got all the way down to the sisters, and I was like, oh, here we go. Block, block, block. And I could not even tell you, it was like freedom. I just felt this freedom that I had let go of all these things. I mean, it's just Facebook, right? It's just Facebook friends, but it's energy. Letting go of all of these things that hold me into an old, scared, familiar space. And now I have all this space. So what am I going to do with it? And so I sat there and prayed, and I was like, okay, I want community. How do I do that? And I heard, it's easy, just like you did that PTA. Build it just like that. I was like, okay. So created a group called the Conscious Collective, and I did -OKC Metro because I know it's going to grow. I invited 3 or 4 friends who I knew in the spiritual community in Oklahoma City and told them what I was trying to do, what I was trying to do was to create a space where all of the people who had events or knew of events could post their events in there so we could find them, for one, because it was a nightmare trying to figure out, I want to do a new moon ceremony. Who's doing it? Well, this person has a meetup group. This person has a Facebook group. This person has a website. I was like, there's not anything central. There's not anyone. And I heard from several people, oh, that would never happen. That would never happen. And I was told very clearly, for those of you who are watching, ego. That's what I was told. Ego gets in the way of everyone working together and everyone coming together. And I said, but you're all trying to do the same thing. Well, we know, but they do it this way, and they do it this way, and they do it this way, and they don't agree with this, and they don't agree with this. I said, but we're all doing it for the same thing. Yes, but it's not going to work. I was like, well, let's just see about that. So I said, all right, I let these 3 or 4 people know I want to have events posted in here. I want you all to bring your friends, and I want to talk about everything. I don't want any conversations vetoed. I want to talk about everything. And it was beautiful. Nels woke up from his nap and I was like, honey, I did something. Let's see how it goes. Let's start inviting friends. Let's start talking about stuff. Let's start posting events. And for me, because I had to go through this shedding, like this release of so much, we were down to finite what is necessary and what is not necessary. And going out to dinner all the time, not necessary. Going out to the movies, not necessary. Going out to the bar and meeting with friends, not necessary. But community, we could do that with potlucks. We could meet up for coffee. We could have people over and sing karaoke, whatever that needs to look like, to where people like me could afford to be involved. So that's what we started doing. Within the first week, we had over 100 people in the group. And this isn't just like, oh, Facebook group, cool. This is like, hey, I'm here. This is who I am. This is what I do. This is what I'm looking for. And it was just constant conversations happening. The first week we did a meetup we met up at a brewery because really cheap beer, or you don't have to drink anything and you can bring your own food. It's like, okay. And then it's a nice central neutral space. It's not at anybody else's center or organization. So there's no competition or anything. We had like 20 or so people at our first hangout. And that was like the beginning of our first like family group. That the people that we met there that night in January are still close friends with us to this day. We meet on a regular basis. So we came to know people and understand the community and all of the different communities and the intentions of the communities. And we can see, like I sat in here and I could have done an outline. I could have read a lot of things for you, but I was just asked, just be an open vessel. So before coming up here, I just sat in the back of the room and I just was asked to feel everybody's hearts. What does everybody need to know? What does everybody need to hear? And this is what I'm asked to tell all of you today. Good job. Good job. Your first song, Imagine. I haven't even read the lyrics. I'm a crier. It happens. But sitting back there, I was like, whoa, girl, hold it together. Just reading the lyrics. That's what we're here for. What you're all doing is what we're here for. But it's not just in this space. It's out there. It's the love that you share when you shake someone's hand. It's that energy that you give to someone. It's that kindness. It's that unconditional love. And unconditional love means unconditional. Maybe you need boundaries. Maybe you need to make space, but it's okay. That's your journey. And I honor your journey and I respect your journey. And if you have to go through hell and back 10 or 12 times, that's okay. I will hold space. I may not be able to go in there with you, but I will be here cheering you on. That's how we love each other. Do this. Continue doing what you're doing. I know I only have a few minutes left. I want to encourage all of you that what you're doing, I know that sometimes things may feel stagnant. Sometimes there's always an ebb and flow to everything that we do. And age is just a number. It's just another turn around the sun. We're growing. All of us are growing. We all have the opportunity to shed everything that we knew and jump into the unknown. We all get to do that on a daily basis. Don't be afraid to venture out. Don't be afraid to go out and meet new people. Don't be afraid to try new things. Don't be afraid to hold space for people who are very, very different from you. Opening your heart, growing, challenging yourselves on a daily basis. This is what brings more people into this understanding. Whether or not they're in this space, our intention here is to teach each other to love again. This is where it all lies. We can try to heal the planet. We can try to change people's lives, but it's ours. It's our work within ourselves. Stay in this space of connection that you have within yourself. Stay in the space of each other. Stay in the space of listening and trying something new. Like we took we put a lot of time into growing the collective. And the understanding and intention is to take you and to take them and to take this group and to take this group and to take this group and to understand how we're all different facets of the same diamond. We're all parts of the same whole, no matter how different, no matter how completely opposite one may be. If the intention is love, it's all of the same, and there's parts for everyone. There's a way for everyone to be involved and a way for everyone to serve. So I'm so thankful that you all are doing what you're doing. I'm thankful that you're bringing people in. Like, you don't just have the one person working to serve everyone. You're taking turns and bringing other people and hearing other viewpoints. It's just such a beautiful space. I appreciate you having us here. And I appreciate those of you, Connie, lovely, amazing soul, and very brave to go and do the work that you feel called to do, and stepping into a space of asking communities to unite. It's hard, man. It's hard to ask people to shed the ego and to maybe sit and learn from someone else. Maybe sit and let someone else help you to grow in a way that you thought that you were already grown. That's not easy to do. But we're here to learn from each other, and I'm so thankful that you all have this, that you all have each other, and that you have opened your hearts to this safe, beautiful space. And safety is within. Please take that with you, if anything. Safety isn't the walls that you surround yourself with or the people you surround yourself with. It's what you choose to listen to and what you choose to follow and what you choose to honor within yourself. That's your safety. So that can go with you anywhere. So take what you have. Continue to invite people. We'll share more about this on the group. I know there are a lot of people in Norman who are looking for family. And please, like, host things for us. Host things. I'll offer it to the collective so people can come and share and enjoy what you have to offer here. It's absolutely beautiful. So I'm honored to be here. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.